Hello, doctor. My name is XIAO QIAO. The topic of my report is a qualitative research on the emergency management mechanism of COVID-19 in rural China. The subtitle is M Village in Yunnan province of China is selected as the research subject. To begin with, I'd like to introduce the research background. The sudden outbreak of COVID-19 makes us feel the threat of public health emergencies. Therefore, it is particularly important to strengthen and improve ability to deal with public health emergencies. Due to the relatively backward construction of public health infrastructure in rural China and the weak crisis awareness of villagers, the problems in the governance of public health emergencies in rural areas are relatively serious. The objective of this study is to make analysis of the current rural emergency management mechanism in China, find out the existing problems, put forward the corresponding countermeasures. There are two research questions. First, what's the understanding of villagers toward the government emergency management measures against COVID-19? Second, what's the understanding of villagers toward problems existing in the emergencies during the COVID-19 period? Now let's talk about the significance of the study. This study can provide theoretical support and policy recommendations for the improvement of rural public health emergency management ability. So, this work is very necessary and urgent. However, they study only interviewed two villagers. Due to the relatively small number of participants, the views and opinions of these two villagers may not fully represent the actual situation of a village. More participants are needed in the research, which will help to achieve the objectivity and comprehensiveness of the research results. Through reading the relative research results of emergency management at home and abroad, it's found that the current research direction related to COVID-19 mainly focuses on the emergency measures of hospitals and the prevention, treatment, and cooperation at the national level. However, there are relatively few studies on the effectiveness and measures of emergency management mechanism of grassroots organizations. Therefore, it's necessary to carry out the investigation and analysis of rural emergency management. Now I'd like to report the research methodology. Because this is a mini project, M Village in Yunnan province is chosen as the research object. This study focuses on qualitative research through individual interview. Each participant will be interviewed face-to-face for about 40 to 60 minutes. Each participant has two conditions. First, I'm village residents. Second, junior high school education or above. Through convenient sampling, 2 villagers were recruited. The data of this study were collected through semi-structured interviews. 5 general problems is designed to obtain the key information needed to solve the research problem. There are 4 steps in data analysis. First, the interview process will be recorded. Second, text formed from recorded data is read line by line. Third, codes are extracted. Finally, similar content is grouped and classified. According to the above research methods, after sorting out the interview data, the 15 codes are divided into 5 categories, which are resident relations, resources owned, development potential, disaster management capability, and information communication skills. These categories are used to organize the report of many projects. The study found that, on the one hand, the villagers think the overall atmosphere in the village is good. On the other hand, there are still deficiencies in medical and health resources, disaster emergency management, and information communication. Therefore, the following suggestions are put forward to solve the problems found. Increasing government investment, integrating village-level resources, actively cultivating rural non-governmental organizations, improving rural health emergency management system, and improving information communication mechanism. Finally, make summary. In this study, qualitative research method was used to conduct face-to-face interviews with 2 villagers. After analyzing the current situation of emergency management of public health emergencies in rural areas during the period of COVID-19, the existing problems were found out, and the corresponding solutions were put forward according to the actual situation in rural areas. The research not only enriches the theoretical system of rural public health emergency management, but also provides policy recommendations for the improvement of rural emergency capacity, which is of great significance to the prevention and control of rural COVID-19.